Hey everybody, I'm Storm Shield meteorologist Jason Myers. It is May 15th, 2014, and how about yesterday? Quite a bit of severe weather from Florida all the way up into Ohio. A lot of wind reports. This is what I'm talking about right here. Some wind reports in northern Florida, quite a few of them in Georgia. Also a tornado report in northeast Georgia. Seeing wind and hail in Tennessee and Kentucky, and then another tornado report in Ohio, one tornado report in Nebraska. But this tornado report in Ohio is really what I want to talk about for just a moment here. This was taken from my in-laws' neighbor's house in Cedarville, Ohio. And look at that. That tornado touched down just outside of Cedarville, Ohio, a small community east of Dayton. And it moved, it was on the ground for about 5 minutes, and it did quite a bit of damage just outside of Cedarville. Let's notice this picture right here. This is a picture I took. There's a riding John Deere lawnmower and a truck which was thrown. Each of these, this truck was thrown about 300 yards. This tractor was thrown about 500 yards, and the garage that housed both of these is now gone. I have a feeling this tornado, National Weather Service crews are heading out today, and I have a feeling they're going to find out that this tornado was more than likely a minimal EF2, possibly just a very strong EF1. So quite a nasty storm that moved through that part of the country yesterday. And this system is now moving to the east, running into more of that hot, humid air that's going to fuel more thunderstorm activity in really the Carolinas and part of Virginia. They're seeing very warm air. This is early in the morning, looking at temperatures in the 70s, a few spots in the 80s. Dew points, very soupy air in the 60s and in the 70s in southeast Georgia, southern South Carolina right there, seeing quite a bit of some of that soupy air, and that's only going to fuel what we're going to be looking at later today. In fact, here's one of the forecast models, and those rain showers moving through parts of North Carolina, parts of South Carolina, and that's where we're going to see a lot of the activity as we head through the afternoon and the evening. And these storms here are more than likely going to be able to produce some strong winds, possibly some hail, but we could also see another threat of some tornadoes throughout the rest of the day. And that's why the Storm Prediction Center, they've issued a slight risk for severe weather, spanning really from South Carolina up through North Carolina, Virginia, parts of West Virginia and Maryland. That tornado risk is a little bit more confined, south central Virginia, central North Carolina, and it looks like eastern South Carolina. Hail, just a small 5% risk. We also have another small risk in the Ozarks there, but that's just about a 5% risk to see some of those, some hail that could potentially be severe. As for severe wind, looks like a fairly large area covering most of South Carolina, North Carolina, Virginia, West Virginia, and Maryland, basically the same spot that is under that slight risk for severe weather. Looks like today is going to be another Storm Shield day. Remember, we had a couple of big tornadoes that formed yesterday from this same system. We have the same ingredients in place today, so we could easily see another tornado or two. But again, strong winds can easily do just as much damage as a tornado. Keep Storm Shield handy with you today because you're going to need it. It'll alert you to any watches or warnings that are issued for your exact location. And please follow us on Twitter, like us on Facebook, like this video, and please subscribe. I'll see you next time, and stay safe.